Hey guys, we're back, and Jenna's back. So this week,
Yeah.
yeah. So this week we are going to be talking about the same thing we talked about last week, because normally we are a three-person troop, but Jenna was gone. So now Jenna's back. We can actually talk about it together. So I mean, Jenna, me and John already talked about it. I already shared my thoughts. He already shared his thoughts. We had a whole jokey repertoire last week. So did you have any resolutions like this year? And one, how much of them did you keep? And two, what are your thoughts on some like people's resolutions where they're like so big and all that kind of stuff, and sometimes they just never get kept. So I'll get your thoughts on that.
Uh, so some of my resolutions include doing more traditional drawings with markers and colored pencils and such, because throughout most of my life, I've mostly just been doing digital works and pencil sketches.
Uh-huh.
So, and I have and I have markers, little markers, like literally on top of like my shelves in on my work desk right now, just collecting dust. So I should probably use those. And also, huh?
No, I was gonna say it's funny you say that because I think John, you were talking about that last week too, weren't you? About doing some more traditional art.
Yeah, I wanted to work on more traditional art. I really
Yeah,
want to build up more of my skill on traditional art,
yeah,
and I just really wanted to basically. Also, Jenna, I would probably suggest that looking up videos on how to do markers and how to draw color with markers and how to color with colored pencils and stuff like that. That's also pretty helpful too.
and also I recommend depending on I hate to say what social media sites you're on. I always like follow like 97 different like art source like people or whatever, or reference source people. Not to say anything bad, no, just saying it always helps to have like reference sources. So
Yeah, I know, but I also think actually, and this ties back a bit to one of my resolutions is to be just be more open with practice sketching, like when I'm starting out using markers and color pencils and other sorts of traditional material, because I want to learn to be okay with just messing around with markers by myself, and even just be okay to like it's okay to mess up on markers, because now
yeah,
you at least know I witness it for myself, that sort of thing. And also I do want to still do digital art.
yeah,
It's just I want to do it straight from the device and not always rely on a pencil sketch to
yeah,
use it as my base. And also draw more, like just draw more in general, even if
yeah.
it's just random sketches, that sort of
I,
thing.
and I mean that's really how you because I used to draw a lot more. That's really just how you like expert like become better at your craft. And I mean, it's not necessarily bad to use like a pencil sketch as like
I
a
know.
reference layer. I think if anything, and I hate to say it, you scan your pencil sketch, clean up any of the stuff, and then if you need to like change any like features or whatever, or change any extra stuff, like you could still kind of use that as a reference, because I know I when I do some of my stuff, I tend to have like I tend to be better when it comes to the traditional. But I mean, yeah, no, but I get it. I get it.
It's just I've had weird experiences while like coming across, like I've had weird experience, or I've seen weird experiences of like people in the art community that get like really picky when it comes to like people taking pictures of like pencil sketches and then drawing them digitally. It's like I don't know why. I had this one encounter. I remember having this one encounter that it's like I don't know if I don't know if this person like just didn't like the fact that I took a picture of my pencil sketch and drew it digitally. I don't know. I feel like I feel like the art community can be a bit like, I don't know. There's just,
A bit
Well,
much.
yeah,
yeah, it's a bit much.
Hmm.
I would
I,
say. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
I was about to say, if I've learned anything, it's basically when you do work with marker and you practice with markers, you gotta figure out how do they like what kind of effects do they do when you work with them? Because sometimes you'll have color. You look at have markers that will go from like light to dark, and sometimes you have markers that will go from dark to light. You got to give it some time and some space to kind of like just do its own thing.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about art and artists, I also want to shout out a book I got for Christmas this year.
Oh, nice.
Um, I really like this book. It's freaking amazing. I kind of, sadly, I've missed the last 2 nights, but I've been trying to read a chapter of this like every night. It's only like 3, 4 pages a chapter,
Oh,
which is not terribly bad, which is great. Gives me something to read before I go to
yeah.
sleep, something to think about. So
I
I just wanted to give that shout out to that.
yeah, and I think like we live in a type of I wouldn't even say society, but like a digital world of some artists can create fully rendered art in like I wouldn't say less than a day, but you get some people that post like fully rendered art of characters that were revealed like an hour prior, like in no time at all. And I just used the filler word like 40 times. Um, but there's a lot of pressure to that. It kind of feels like there's a lot of pressure to that to, you can not but like colloquial, where you see you're taking forever to do like a piece of art, and then you see the random Twitter artist number 473 post the new Pokemon that just got revealed like 10 seconds ago, a fully rendered art piece. And you've been following them for years, and you know it's not AI because they hate AI too. Oh, I'm just saving my butt on that. But even before AI, you could see that happen. I'm seeing it far too many times with certain characters that got announced and all that kind of stuff. If you get where I'm parsing at, but there's a lot of pressure to that. There's a lot of pressure to that, and I've definitely felt that. I don't know how much you guys feel that sometimes where you're taking a fair bit longer to make an art of a character that you want to do, and then just seems like some of these people just crank out these like things like it's nothing.
Well,
So,
I think a lot of the pressure is just how, unfortunately, this world is now prioritizing instant gratification. Like, they expect people to just become assembly lines,
oh yeah,
which is not
100%.
human. It's not human at all to become assembly lines, guys.
Yeah, no,
It's not fun. It's not fun.
that's 100%. You're right. It's like, you know, oh, like you can't expect people to be able to pump stuff out like every single day, like clockwork,
Mhm.
and expect the quality to always be high quality and the same. And
Yeah.
sometimes you don't want to call it slop, but if it's the same and you can kind of see where it looks kind of shoddy, yeah, of course it's gonna be kind of sloppy. So,
Yeah. And
oh,
and to also kind of conclude on the what you just said, Jen, about like the whole thing about an assembly line. Unfortunately, that is why these big companies are now wanting AI because they want to use AI to move the assembly line, shall we say.
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
100%.
Of
Unfortunately.
course.
Yeah.
Because
So,
they don't see the work that
mhm.
goes into the product. or
Hmm.
they don't see the work that goes into the piece. They just see the end product of the
Hmm.
piece, and they want basically just to type a couple words into the thing and get the end product,
Yeah.
which it doesn't have the same soul. It doesn't understand framing.
Hmm.
It doesn't understand, the complexity is the true complexities of lighting.
Hmm.
Having to mess with it for like some TinkTank stuff or whatever, or
Hmm.
you know, I'm not gonna shill it. I still hate
Hmm.
it for what it's being
Yeah.
used for. But just to dip my toes and see what's going on with
Hmm.
it, it really doesn't understand lighting. It doesn't
Yeah.
understand framing well, and it's just it doesn't have the same. I
It doesn't have
it
soul.
it doesn't have a soul, and obviously it
Hmm.
can be used to peddle certain messages that probably are not very, shall we say, kosher for
Hmm.
in certain situations. So,
Yeah.
it's there's a whole issue with it. But
Hmm.
yeah, it's like they just want the end product when it
Right.
comes to stuff, and that's why places like Twitter, DeviantArt, a lot of art platforms, obviously Instagram, you get a lot of. And I've seen this unfortunately with some toy photography buddies of mine or toy photography mutuals of mine. Is some of these people really were posting a lot of really cool toy photography in the past, but one of them just ended up becoming just like this. I don't want to say AI content farm, but most, if not all, their stuff just kind of devolved into AI, like videos or photos and stuff. It's like, come on, man. You used to have really cool pictures of all your stuff, and now you're just like putting out like all this garbage. Like there's no soul into it anymore.
Yeah, and just to and we're gonna get and I'm gonna get back to my resolutions real quick.
Yeah,
It's just one other thing that I want to elaborate on my last point was about uh is that I also feel like, especially with the art community and just like I think I feel like I feel like just some people just becoming too critical, just like way too hyper, like what like either you do this one thing or the other and there's no in between. Especially going back to the digital art and the traditional art. And that's something that I feel like that's also another thing as to why I see this sort of like iffy relationship with uh using traditional sketches as a base for digital works. It's like I don't know if it's like they they do this, either they need to do it fully digital or fully traditional and there's no in between. It's weird. I don't know.
yeah,
But yeah, and actually going back to my resolutions now, one of my resolutions, and I can actually relate to John on this one, is I hope I can get a job. I'm still looking for a job. And especially so because I want to learn to actually talk to people in real life more.
yeah. I will say in certain cases it does help with social skills. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
But
it's
sometimes I just can't help but be blunt. I don't know.
e- I will say for somebody that has been working in the public, like that type of retail, all that kind of stuff. I hate to sound negative for people that are watching that haven't worked a retail job before, um, or any type of stuff where you work in the public. Sometimes you just kind of that like blunt stuff goes to the background, and you just turn to your coworker and say, "God, that person was a jerk." It's
Yeah, I know. I
like
know.
it just kind of dies a little bit inside. Not really like dies a little bit inside, but like what's the takes a back seat. You put on the face, and once they're gone, it's like,
I
ugh.
know. I know. I know. I know.
So, but
And actually, because right now I don't have a job right now, and even when I do have one eventually, is I also want to learn how to schedule all the stuff that I want to do in a manageable way because it's like sometimes it's like, what do you do? It's like what you don't know what to do after you've graduated and now you're trying to figure out what to do. It's like, oh my gosh, I have too much free time.
Yeah. And I'll say this as somebody who I've seen it happen before, and it's tried to dip my toe back and try to, at one point, in a lower point, I was trying to find something else. Just the job market is just, I don't want to say it's just like trying to get information, but it just kind of seems like right now it's like I think there was a study or something shown that some of the jobs that like are on like online marketing or whatever, not online marketing, but like the online job market, it's all just like there to get your information. And I'm not trying to
Yeah.
sound like I'm being a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but like when you're, I have both my regular and professional email, I keep getting ads for all these different like things I've never signed up for when I'm just trying to look for a job. So it's frustrating. The job market, I would say it's a ghost market. I think is what they call it. So yeah.
Yeah. And also another thing that I have been wanting to do. And actually, by the way, I don't really call these things resolutions, more so just things I need to work on and I know I need to work on. Uh, is to not one of the things I need to work on is not getting so enveloped in random YouTube videos that ultimately don't matter much. And only really doing it for researching world building elements for my various stories, or if they're relevant to a topic for the podcast.
Yeah, I've been kind of I want John to get his thought out because I feel like I haven't really let John speak too much. It's not like trying to get back like last week for you talking a lot, just more of like I've been kind of thinking a lot. I think like I've been having a kind of similar thing, not really necessarily when it wholly pertains to the podcast, but like I can't just veg out completely anymore and just watch whatever. I need like something to do. And if I'm doing something, I'm going to be doing it in the background. But a while back, I used to just be able to put on like hours long videos or whatever and just veg out and kind of zone out and watch. But I can't anymore. I need something to do. So I think, but that's a good point. It's like it's not even like resolutions that something you need to be doing something big. You just something for self improvement. I think so. That's what I kind of I agree that it's good to resolutions should be more of a self improvement type thing. I think that's the word I was trying to look for the last time, but I just couldn't really find it. So
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think that like we got to start making when we make resolutions, you got to make it as small goals to end up having a big goal at the end. Because if you try to, because as if we were, when we were talking in part one, if you try to make these big giant things that don't feel obtainable, then you don't want to do the smaller stuff that's obtainable. And and if I'm gonna, and also what I've learned as I've done, sometimes when I do art by hand, I will know how to do it digitally. That's what I've noticed about myself is like for example, when I never really understood how to do something, I just did it. Sometimes it would be a reverse. If I can do it digitally, I'll do it by hand. Or if I do it by hand, I can do it digitally. You know, it's just really interesting to kind of like try to figure out how things can work into your to an individual's understanding. So, yeah.
yeah, like kind of bouncing back to art for a second because I was thinking about this before. Like that's a good point. I have good understanding of how colors work when it comes to traditional art. I just the only thing that stops me when I'm doing digital art is that the colors aren't always the exact like what I'm needing or what I'm seeing. And yes, I can, pick and choose from like a if I'm doing a fan art of a character, I can pick and choose from a specific frame. But like when I'm doing a regular character or whatever, you know, there's a whole lot of not necessities. That's not the right word. I don't know. There's a whole nuance to it. There's a whole nuance to shading and other types of rendering, and that's the part I always have an issue with. Is I think if I did have an art resolution, is I need to work on my rendering. I guess that would be for me. But that, yeah, that was really. It's really. I think it's poignant
Yes,
that yeah,
poignant.
poignant that most resolutions should really just be small little self-improvement goals. Like I think we joked about like what some people want to go to Paris or they want to go to Disney World or whatever for like the new year or whatever. It's like in this day and age, you want to go to Paris or Disney World in this day and age?
I've actually seen things where they say it is cheaper to go to Disneyland Tokyo than going to the American parks.
Jeez.
That's probably true.
Yeah. And I've heard that I've heard that the parks in Tokyo is really nice.
I've
I
heard
visit
they're
the Tokyo one.
I've heard they're some of the best in the world. What the heck is Well, actually, you know what? It helps because it's not run by Disney.
That
Because
is
they
just
aren't run by Disney. They're run by an entirely different company that's just licensing the Disney properties.
that is kind of funny and think like, oh yeah, it costs less to take an overseas trip to an overseas park than it is to go to the regular park. And then I realized I have a buddy on a Discord server that's literally right now going to like a Florida park, and those Florida parks are astronomically expensive. It's like, and I know this kid is rich. His dad's a voice actor. Um, we we could just have a discussion about that another time. You know, he doesn't say he's rich, but he's rich. But it's like yeah, no, those Florida parks are astronomically expensive. He just shared a photo where it's like he went and seen like a whole Marvel Legends display. Those things are like what, 20-30 bucks now? It's like 40 to 60 for something you could get for like 20 to 30 on a regular display at like Universal or Disney. It's like, no, no. But that is asinine. That's
Yeah.
another that's another big good nice big word to use.
And also another thing about one of my other resolutions is to not only get more busy because it helps me stay focused, but also learning to stay in the moment in terms of working on one project at a time. Because, oh my gosh, I have so many things on my mind that I just want to fling it out into the world, but no, it needs time in the oven.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you need to sit down and let it cook a little bit more. Not just move on to the next thing. And I definitely feel ya because I've been doing that a little bit too much lately. So I 100% feel you on that. So
Yeah, and also another thing that I do want to actually, well, even though I said that I do think that like projects need more time to
Mhm.
do all like just to make sure that they're fine. I really do want to publish more stuff. I really
Mhm.
do. But I think if I'm going to be doing something like that, then it would be something a small project like a short story or short animation or whatever.
That's reason. I would consider that being very reasonable. I consider that as a good thing, being
Yeah.
pretty reasonable. So
Although admittedly, I kind of suck at this resolutions game is
mhm.
because I can't keep promises to myself that I'll do certain things because I can't predict what I'm going to do or what will happen, and that's why I never really do those things.
the thing
That
the
yeah.
thing is that whenever this is definitely me being real right now, but when people ask me like, "Oh, how do you imagine your life in 5 years?" I'm sitting there like, well, well, if I'm going to be honest with you, how am I gonna like if you're gonna ask an individual how they're gonna imagine their life in 5 years, they can't even imagine their life in 1 year.
I can't even imagine my life or what I'm doing next Tuesday. That's the joke. I was gonna
Exactly.
leave with that. I was gonna hit with that joke. It's
That's
like
true.
I don't know how some of these people. I'm sorry for people that are listening that do this 5 year thing. I don't know how some of these people can do that. My 5 year plan is I'm gonna be in this big old thing. And it's like, dude, I barely even know what I'm doing next week, let
It's
alone
like
in
it's
five
like that
years.
one video. It's like that one video of Elmo saying like something like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do in an hour." I'm
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
5 years.
Exactly. Yes.
It's like how like I get it. That's some lofty expectations.
Yeah.
You gotta work for it. You gotta
Yeah.
bust your butt to
Yeah.
Hmm.
have to
Like
fill
even
fulfill that 5 year plan.
Yeah, like even though I can reasonably answer that whole
Hmm.
5 year plan thing, like for example, I hopefully,
Hmm.
and this is a big hopefully, maybe
Hmm.
in like 5 years I'm gonna be my own boss, creating my own animated works like movies or
Yeah,
shows. But
Hmm.
I know that I need to like jump through a few hoops in order to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not wrong to get the boost that you need.
Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
because sometimes people think that you need to do it by yourself or um, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, which we all know is just kind of horse
Which is
crap or whatever.
yeah,
You
it's dumb.
these people that are in like nice big positions or whatever, they got it from like people they got help. They got it from people they know, and those people got it from people they know. So
Yeah.
fully it's never fully on their own volition.
Yeah, it's never like I understand that part of the process is doing it by yourself, but it's also
Yeah.
like part of it is also getting help from other people, and
Yeah.
especially with this kind of industry, a lot of
Hmm.
it is based off of someone knowing a person, knowing a person, knowing a person. It's just
I know a
Yeah,
guy
it's not
who
I
knows
what
a
you
know a
know, it's
guy.
who you
guy,
know.
huh?
I what'd you say?
Oh, I was saying it's not really what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, it's
It
like
pretty much.
I know this
Mhm.
guy whose secretary knows that guy, whose barber knows this
This
guy's
guy.
proctologist.
Yeah.
It's a
That's pretty much the market at this point. Oh, actually, you know what? Any job market at this point right now, it's just
I mean
knowing
literally.
people.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
like I probably it's not probably true, but I always joke I probably have my job because my boss was classmates with my cousin. So like, as apparently, some of the people that work at this shop know somebody that works there in some
Mhm.
way, form, or another, and I think it's probably why there's such a tight knit group. I guess,
Mhm.
Yeah, tight-knit community.
yeah, a tight knit community, so to speak, when it
Yeah.
comes to like the people that work there. Um, so you know, and it's not a very good segue. It's a very cheap segue. Um, So we talked about our thoughts about resolutions, and the resolution was well before we transfer over. Was there any other thoughts you had on that?
Not I thought I did, But now it's not in my mind right now. It is far off in the corner, far off in the distant galaxy right now. Maybe it'll come back
Yeah.
after we record this. Who knows?
It's in the Lost Galaxy.
Yes.
It's where the quasar sabers are kept. Sorry, bad joke. That was a bad joke. Uh, but anyway, me and John, you talked at least like touched upon some of the stuff we're kind of looking forward to this year. I completely spaced that the new Spider-Man movie is coming out. I thought that was going to be like next year.
Wait, you mean like Spider-Verse?
No, Brand New Day.
Oh, that one.
I
Okay.
completely spaced that like that movie was coming out this year. It's like there's a new Spider-Man movie this year. I've been so like spaced out of I don't want to say I don't like I thought Doomsday was going to be the only Marvel movie that was coming out this year. I was like so like not enamored in it like at this point because of fandom and everything. I was like, is there a Spider-Man movie coming out?
Yeah.
Even though I was like following everything going on around it for the
Also,
past like 7 months.
isn't Vision Quest coming out this year too?
I think so. And they just
I totally I'm kind of spaced out with Marvel too, honestly. I'm kind of
yeah,
spaced.
it there's so much going on in the real world. I can't focus on this little microcosm of nerd content. Of course, I'm going to watch Wonder
Can I
Man. It
mention
looks
two movies
interesting.
I'm quite excited? Well, one movie I'm kind of a little skeptical about. The other one I'm a bit more excited for. Um, is the one I'm kind of like still don't know what's going on about it because we still haven't seen a trailer. I'm a
Like
kind of person,
skeptical?
yeah, kind of like I'm a little skeptical about this movie, but I'm curious to see what the first trailer will look like. Is Greta Gerwig's Chronicles of Narnia? I am
Oh
curious of
yeah.
what it's going to look like, obviously. And then the other one is um the new Hunger Games. Sunrise on the Reaping. That's the other one
Yeah.
I'm very excited for. I'm so excited Elle Fanning's in that movie. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
think you
excited for
mentioned
her.
that in the you
Yeah.
mentioned it in the first part. I actually watched the first part before we started recording this, so now
Oh,
I'm
you
all catched
did?
up. Yes.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
it's funny because like also last week we were talking about Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Miss
She's
Piggy
getting her own
movie.
movie, and I we didn't talk about this. We didn't touch on this, but it's not
Guess
Ella
who's writing it?
Fanning. Who was right?
Jenna,
You
guess
said
who's writing this movie? Guess who's writing this movie?
You mentioned in the first part, but I forgot her name.
so
It's
bad.
Paul Escola, the one who. So you know about the play called Oh Mary, that
No,
big
I'm
Abraham Lincoln movie, that big Abraham Lincoln play, like it's about Mary Lincoln or someone like that.
no, I'm sorry. I was under a different rock on another time.
Okay, that's fine. It's okay. Under a different rock sometimes too. Um, but Cole Escola, who wrote Oh Mary, is writing the Miss Piggy movie. It's going to
Okay.
be so over the top. It's like Jennifer Lawrence and Emma Stone are producing. So now the question of it is who is going to direct this Miss Piggy movie? I
I
already put in my candidate, but I wonder if you guys have candidates.
I don't know. Like
I all
freaking
I think I've said it before. All I want is who somebody who understands
Mhm.
like Muppet style of filmmaking.
yes, exactly.
I
As
Yeah.
long
I want it to feel like a Muppet movie.
Hmm.
I want it to feel like a movie that obviously
that
stars
understand
Muppets.
that understands as long as this person understands the Muppet formula and
Hmm.
understands the humor and the style of it, it's like okay, that's it's fine. We're fine here.
Yeah.
You know who my candidate is? Drew,
Well,
you know my candidate.
I forgot the
Yeah, you
name.
said there was the person that did the Barbie movie. Didn't you say that?
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Barbie movie. Yeah, the person that
Yeah.
did the Barbie movie.
I feel
yeah.
like
Greta
yeah,
Gerwig.
the Barbie visual style
Yeah,
lends itself to like the Muppet style and especially Miss Piggy. I
yeah.
think it was really funny because Emma Stone, I seen a tweet, and this is the reason I brought it up. I wanted to bring it
Hmm.
up. Emma Stone's was like, I'm not playing Miss Piggy. It was like, I'm not doing a disservice to such a diva. I'm not doing a disservice to her.
That is so camp. I love it.
I mean, it's probably pretty easy to find, like looking it
Yeah,
up or whatever. But I just think it's funny in this whole like kayfabe. I don't think it's the right word,
I
but
could
like,
see I could see Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence kind of being co-characters with Miss
yeah,
Piggy, but not like full on characters, not at that
yeah,
level. Not
Yeah.
at
yeah.
that level.
Obviously, it's her movie, and
Yeah,
the way that she is always characterized, it's not going to be anyone else's movie. It's going to be her movie. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the person listening to this. I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to the producer. I'm breaking the fourth wall. Oh, it's going to
We're
be her movie.
yes.
It's all
So
about
you
her.
it's so you better not frick it up.
I'm watching to the producers of these movies. They're okay.
Maybe
Okay,
maybe
fourth wall break is over.
maybe they're watching this in some corner of the world. I don't know. Maybe
I
they're
don't
secretly
know.
watching this.
But it is a movie I'm curious of what they're gonna do.
I want to see
Especially
what they're
Cola
gonna
Scholar
do.
writing it. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be
And
so
and
good.
actually, one of the things that I saw in the part one that I really wanted to mention
Mm-hmm.
was that, and I think I probably mentioned this in the past, was that, if Disney truly give a flying frick at all, maybe instead of making all these pointless live action movies, maybe they should just make Muppet parodies of their own movies.
That would be funny. I I think did we talk? Oh, no, no, go ahead, John. I think you were
No,
gonna.
we did. No, you guys did talk about it, but with like public
Yeah.
domain stories.
I I'm still laughing. Not laughing, but I think did I bring? I don't think we brought this up, but
I think we did. I think because
no,
we
no.
talked about like
I had.
the Treasure Island, like they
Oh
did
yeah, yeah,
like Treasure Island and Christmas
Great.
Carol
yeah,
and
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz and like
yeah,
I really like to see them do more open domain stuff like
yeah.
Muppets Fairy Tales or something.
Muppets, Alice
Like
in Wonderland,
or
Muppets in
maybe
Wonderland.
yeah, Muppets in Wonderland. You
I
know,
I was really more. I was thinking about shoot. Now I lost my train of thought. I was
The
like
Muppet King,
the
you know.
Muppet King and I.
Oh my. Well, no, I mean like, Lion King, like Muppet
No, no,
King,
no,
the
no. I
Muppet
get
King.
it. I was
starring
just
Fuzzy.
bouncing off of that.
I know.
Starring
I
Fuzzy.
no. Oh no, I remember. So we were. I know one thing. I didn't mention this. And another thing is that Moana movie is coming out this year, right?
Oh Lord.
With The
Yeah.
Rock. Okay,
Uh,
okay. I just need to mention it because it does bother me to my core. The girl who plays Moana has the right hair as her regular hair to play Moana, but they gave her white woman hair or straightened hair. It's like,
Oh
why?
gosh. What the heck?
you can already I can already hear the rage bait. I can already hear the rage bait from a mile away. I can
I
already
just
hear the internet drama right all the way.
I can't understand. It's like people that know what she looks like have seen like what she looks like when she's not playing Moana. She has like this big curly hair, like the actual character does in the cartoon movie, the 3D movie, in that movie. But all these like clips I've seen, all these like stills I've seen from the movie, she just has like long straight hair. It's like, why why does she have white woman hair?
It's
Here's the
because
thing.
they know. Oh, sorry.
No, no, no. Go ahead, Jenna. Go ahead.
I
I
was
got
just
it.
I was just gonna say, and maybe we could talk about this further in a different episode, but I feel like what Disney is still doing, still attempting to do, is like they know how boring and mediocre their movie is, so they're gonna try and make it into a train wreck. They're gonna try and make it into a social media train wreck by, you know, by messing around with the skin color or whatever, or like how a character looks or whatever, just so they could cause drama for easy attention.
That's still how I felt about the new Lilo and Stitch movie
Hmm.
um with Nani.
Hmm.
Like they're Polynesian. Polynesian? I don't think it's the right word.
Yeah, I think
Like
so.
the people that are local or
Local
originally.
to those islands.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
like okay, why is Nani like three skin? Like I understand that like you know melanin and all those types of cases does fluctuate. Melanin does not. It's not all family members of one specific race are going to be the same color
Hmm.
as skin tone. I understand that. I
Yeah.
understand that completely.
Mhm.
But I guess in the original movie, I'm so used to them being like pretty close.
It's
It
sorry.
threw me off. It throws me off.
It's just Disney, and I've heard this before, and it's not even just Disney doing it. It's very clear that other studios are doing this. They're purposefully creating rage bait in order to get easy publicity.
Kind of makes me think. Do you guys remember the Avatar movie from the 2000s? The
You
The
mean
Avatar: The
first.
Last Airbender,
oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
where I think it was the girl who played Katara was white, and I
Oh.
I think it's actually the newer one. I think is a similar situation with Sokka's actor. Like, come on, guys, you can't get like
You can't make the same mistake twice in two
you
different generations.
come
Well,
on,
they don't
guys.
care.
Yeah, they
And
don't care.
they don't care. They just don't care. They don't care.
Speak about not
Like,
caring. Um,
yeah.
I don't know if you guys care, but I was wondering. Did you guys hear who's playing Flynn Rider in the new live action Tangled?
I
No.
think I seen it, but I like
Huh?
blanked out.
Oh, you blanked out. Okay. Well, at least they didn't choose a twink to play it.
Is it the speaking of Twinks? Is it the new Legend of Zelda coming out this year?
Maybe.
Sorry, that was a segue. That was a segue and a half.
Oh goodness.
It
Oh gosh.
outside of that joke, it actually looks really good. The costuming
Yeah.
Yeah.
looks really good.
It looks like
It
something. It
It
looks
looks like
like
they're putting
it.
some effort. It looks like
Yes.
there's some effort put in here.
yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it. You could almost say it looks like a period piece. A period piece. Oh, 2027. So
Oh yeah.
we're not.
Well,
Got a whole nother
We'll
year.
save this for. Yeah, we'll save this
we'll save it for
conversation
another
for a
time.
whole nother year. A whole nother
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
So,
And so another movie that I was thinking of seeing that I am interested in seeing. I don't know if you ever heard of this animated movie, Goat. It's
I
coming out in
see.
February.
I seen some stuff
Mm,
about it.
It's the same. I've seen trailers for it. It's like the same studio that did like in the Spider-Verse movies and
Yeah,
also K-pop Demon Hunters, the one that mainstream media will not shut the frick up about.
that's a
oh
conversation for
yeah,
another
they won't
day,
shut
people.
up about
Yes.
it either.
Yeah. But
And it's
yeah,
unfortunate because it's like I do like K-pop Demon Hunters. It's just I'm getting to a point where it's like I will only rewatch it when you people calm the frick down about it.
I will say,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that movie about Steph Curry?
Wait, what?
Goat? Is it the movie
Oh,
Goat about Steph Curry?
uh, I don't know. I haven't seen the actor
It
who played.
no, the movie Goat. It's a basketball movie, and I'm 99% sure it's literally about Steph Curry. Like, or no, it's Will
Mm,
Harris. I don't know why I was thinking. I thought it was like a what's the word? Not biopic, but they've done this before where they're like
docu-pick.
yeah, like a somewhat semi docu pic
Yeah,
of
yeah, semi like docupic something
yeah,
like
so
biopic, semi biopic.
yeah, like a semi biopic, but they turn the one character the people in the movie into a
They just turned
specific
they just made their own world essentially.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which, that's fine. They ultimately made it its own thing. I mean, I didn't. notice that. But it's that's probably a good thing. They made it its own thing. Completely like not super reliant on one thing. Although I have a feeling it probably won't be as big as that one movie that came out last year, like that, like I said, but it probably won't be as big, and the media won't go freaking crazy over it like K-pop Demon Hunters like they did.
I mean, it does look interesting. I mean,
Yeah, it looks good.
I've seen like products for it and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, there.
I like the I like the animation. It has that spot. You can tell that it's made by the same people that did Spider-Verse, which I
y-
Mhm.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has that visual style. I think one other thing. Oh, besides, I guess we're gonna make this conversation last a little bit longer because it's a two-parter.
Mhm.
Later this year,
Mhm.
in August, we're finally getting Coyote versus Acme after a long
Yes.
time of trying to get it out.
Yes. Thank
Mhm.
goodness.
Freaking
You
finally.
know, after Warner Brothers decided to disown Looney Tunes despite the fact that you guys created them.
You platformed yourself on Looney Tunes for decades, guys. What's going on? But anyway,
Mhm.
Trends.
yeah,
They're trying to appeal to
trends.
mainstream trends.
The other thing I was looking forward to, and yes, it's just kind of falling for, you know, big trendy shows and all that kind of stuff, is I'm looking forward to the new season of One Piece.
Mm. Yeah.
Like the live action show.
Mhm.
Because yeah, it probably falls into the same like issues as the new Avatar TV show and obviously Stranger Things, where like these
Mhm.
shows are going to take forever to make because they take 2 years to make everything. Thing, it's like, but it looks good, and yeah, it's really
Yeah, and I've also
Mhm.
heard that out of all of the Netflix live action anime adaptations, it's actually One Piece is the only one that's actually I've heard is really well, like really good, like actually knows how,
it
actually
is
is
really good.
actually is respectful to the source material.
Well, as far
Although
as yep,
I've heard that they kind of misinterpreted Usopp's like a whole arc and what his arc was
yeah.
meant to be in the original.
Well, I will say for a lot of what I've seen, Oda has a lot of like say and a lot of direction as to how the show goes. So, spoilers for people who haven't watched. Um, a twist that was happens like dozens of chapters later in the manga and hundreds of episodes later in the anime. They make that like a twist in like episode 2 or 3. So they're kind of condensing the story because they know they can't stretch the Netflix show out a
Yeah.
thousand episodes.
That's
You know they
that's another thing that I can't wait to talk about in March when we talk about movie and film adaptations for books is how involved the authors are
oh
in
yeah,
adaptations.
yeah.
That's going to be so exciting to talk about.
I just think it's crazy how much this guy is like involved in the story.
The thing is that
Like,
here's the thing. If you involve the original author of the original thing, maybe you should listen to the author and maybe your thing might be actually a success.
yeah.
Or the TV show Earthsea.
Well, I was gonna say there might be a little bit of like scrutiny to that because like wasn't there a thing where Stephen King actually like worked on the project or had like basically sole say what happens to the project and the project was actually really bad?
Was it the one where it was like his first movie that he directed?
It might have been. I just
Yeah,
remember it's like
I think it was the one, I forgot the name. It was the one where the trucks and the cars and all that come to life or whatever.
that was like the one with like the invisible meatballs that eat like that eat everything too. I think there's something like that too. I feel like you can have the person that originally wrote the story,
Hmm.
like have them have the basis for the story.
Hmm.
So it still follows like certain beats.
Yeah.
Don't completely, you know,
And also,
because
sorry.
sometimes some of those people don't understand certain things. So you gotta
And also,
give them some scrutiny.
and also, like I said, well, actually, to be real about what I was talking about with that Earthsea TV show, it's like, gosh, the way that those producers kind of, the way that the makers of the show kind of screwed over the author
Hmm.
of that book series. It's like, oh my gosh, you people. It's like they were clearly trying to cash in on the Lord of the Rings success when that came out, and everybody wanted to jump on it.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I think, and this could be another discussion for another day of like
Yeah.
series and movies based off of books. Is I feel kind of a
That'll be
similar
fun.
way about how Game of Thrones kind of did the same thing that kind of was harping off the success of Lord of the Rings, so
Yeah,
to speak.
exactly.
So
Like as soon as Game of Thrones became popular, everybody wanted to jump on it. Everybody wanted to jump on its success. Like take
even
a look
Warner
at
Brothers wanted to do Lord of the Rings again.
Oh gosh, don't be
Oh no!
touching.
Yeah,
No, you already did Lord of the Rings. Leave it alone.
we're gonna reboot The Hobbit again. We're this
Oh.
time we're gonna do this Cimmerillion.
Well, they
Oh
can't do the
no.
Silmarillion because of the rights.
Yeah, no,
Yeah. Yeah,
obviously there's a joke, but
that whole like Tolkien's books rights are really weird. It's all weird.
Yeah.
it's just yeah. So, but obviously we're kind of a little short on time. For the people that are watching at home, thank you for watching. This has been M.I.Diverse. We are the podcast slash talk show where we try to stay on topic. It's kind of hard. We're trying. We're trying.
But we somehow
I'm
get back on.
yep. I'm Dryw. That's Jenna, and that's John. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week. Look forward to we have an interview coming out pretty soon with Mr. Lawrence from SpongeBob SquarePants. So look forward to that. So
Yes, the Plankton Man. The Plankton Man.
he will destroy all of us. Uh, so we'll see you guys later. So you guys have a good one. So
Yes, good day, or good night, whatever.
good night, everybody.
No.
So
Bye.
we stop
Bye.
we can stop recording and we can at least have a minor discussion before we go.